Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at how the Super Saiyan 2 TEQ Goku Angel performs at a rainbow level in DBZ Dokkan battle. So obviously we took a look at this guy at 55%. Now it is difficult to see the true impact because he's very much a hard designated third slot unit, but he is still going to improve quite dramatically, and we can look at the differences between them and just see how good he is overall. Now he's still a tech and physical type lead of Ki +3, HP attack and defense of 90%. He raises attack and defense for 1 turn on his super attack, and of course he has attack and defense of 120% when performing a super attack, and Ki +5 plus an additional attack and defense of 120% as a third attacker in the turn. Otherworld Warriors category allies get 2 Ki. Chance of performing a crit and chance of evading is +12%, and he gives Otherworld Warriors category allies attack and defense at 12% per rainbow Ki sphere obtained. So 4 Ki orbs with this guy is pretty big. It's quite a huge difference. And with all of his changes made, basically he gets 384% attack and defense when performing a super attack, and he gets an additional attack and defense of 26.4% per rainbow Ki sphere, which is a lot. Like it's quite a sizable chunk actually. So yeah, we're gonna try him out on a team. Obviously get a look at him. So bear in mind that he's very clearly a very clearly this guy is a unit that wants to be in that third slot. It's not rocket science. He gains so many benefits. He's got a whole bunch of support on him for that reason, so that he can float around and be useful on all rotations and be very solid in the third slot. So like for me, I personally think that he's very solid as a unit, and I think like in general he's a unit that will see a lot of decent usability, but just maybe not like for a long period in the game. Like he's not the type of unit that's going to, you know, age out forever, but he will still be a lot of fun, and he's going to enable a lot of his team, which is going to be very good. So here we've got him in this situation. We're not getting too much here. We're not getting a lot of links. We're not getting a lot of your output. We're not even getting support from the Paikuhan. So this is very much the worst scenario for him, and this is fine. You can already see that in his worst scenario at a rainbow level, he's hitting attack stats in the first and second slot comparable to his best case scenario as a 55% unit. So that's one of the notable, like kind of differences between the stats. But it is indeed kind of like this big, I want to say, like it's pointless running him in this first or second slot. That's kind of what I want to say. Like, I don't mean that in the sense of like, he can't do anything in them. It's just he loses so much personally that it makes him a very mediocre unit. Like you still get the support, which is very good, and you could maybe move him to second slot if there's no attacks there or something. Let's say you want to try and keep him on rotation maybe to beef up another ally, but generally speaking he loses so much being in the first or second slot that it's a little bit like, I don't know, it's just not necessary really. Like it's very how can I say, not something you want to do. It just hinders the unit so much. You lose so much on the unit. He doesn't function as good as he should. He doesn't function nearly as solidly as you want him to, and you just kind of end up like losing a lot for the unit. Like you end up losing a lot in terms of his kit, in terms of his like abilities. You just lose too much for me to make it something that's appealing or something that's like a good situation for him. So for me personally, I would suggest rather you leave him as a designated third slot unit, and then you'll get a pretty good time out of him. So here we can see him, at least he's got a lot of links active. His defense before super is never going to look impressive. You must understand that the modifier and the gains he gets upon super dramatically change what you see there. That, 50k or so very quickly rises to like, almost 200k type of vibes. Like, that's how good it is. And here you can see with a couple orbs just how big that changes. Like 2.2 million, very solid. No real support on the rotation again. So looking good so far. Again, to clarify, he's not a unit you want in these situations, in these slots that we're placing him in. He loses 120% attack and defense. So if you want to see him balling out, he has to stay in the third slot. But that's okay. He provides key to the rotation. He gives himself evasion. He gives himself, he gives himself a chance of performing a critical hit. He then also gives all of the other allies attack and defense of 12% per rainbow key sphere. So he gives them a huge boost. The way it works is actually multiplicative. It's not that he gives the rest of the units 12% and then 12% becomes 24%. It's that he basically completely changes. He gives them something like 72.3% or whatever it is. So it's pretty good. I think it's really solid, his like capabilities and everything. So yeah, just wanted to kind of point that out. We'll see him fire off his own attack stat here. He's got no support on this rotation, so that's okay. We didn't really get to see the craziest amount of orbs either, but it's okay. It's good to just see normal attack stats from units as well, and get a good idea of what you're actually going to be seeing. And 3.9 million is what you're going to be seeing, and defensively he's going to be huge. Going to be like close to 350k, I want to say, roughly around there. 350,000 defense, which, in case you're wondering, is very good. A lot of people will mistake units now that every unit has to have 500k defense. This is just not the case. Goku's great with 350k defense. I think it's fantastic, and I think he does a really good job. So yeah, Goku looks really good. Link set wise, he's also incredibly solid. He's got a very versatile link set that's quite reliable. Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle. He links really well with basically any mainstream Saiyan unit that is a Super Saiyan at any point in time. Even some Super Saiyan 2 units he links pretty well with. Prepared for Battles, obviously his most common key link, and then you get really strong ones like Saiyan Warrior Race, which is very common amongst hybrid and pure Saiyans. Fierce Battle for any unit that's been Dokkan Awakened using Dokkan Awakening medals. Kamehameha, obviously fantastic alongside Goku's family units, or just any Goku family unit. Super Saiyan, really strong, and then Golden Warrior, also a fairly common link, especially amongst kind of like the Super Saiyan 2 kind of categories of units. So some pretty good stuff. Some really solid stuff overall. So I think for the most part I'm really happy with his performance levels, with his numbers, with his output. And I think if you are planning on using him and you want to beef up your Otherworld Warriors team, he's a great unit. I think that's the one thing I will say. He's really gonna help the Otherworld Warriors unit quite dramatically. Otherworld Warriors needs not needs a lot of love, but it needs love. It needs some kind of love, and having a good unit like this that gives key, that gives attack and defense, that has evasion for himself, that can do good damage in the third slot, has good defense. They needed this, and Goku I think really helps to bring some synergy. Not to mention he links up great with some of the big hitters on the team. So yeah, I think overall Goku looks really good. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and as always, thank you guys for watching. Bye.